Your brand new iPhone deserves the best protection, and the iLune 3-Pack Screen Protector Plus 3-Pack Camera Lens Protector has you covered. Don't take risks with your iPhone. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Rapist used nickname Top G to check into hotels where he lured and drugged victims as young as 15 in horror sex attacks. A rapist used the nickname Top G to check into hotels where he lured and drugged victims in horror sex attacks. Shane Gibbs targeted women and girls as young as 15 by showering them with gifts and enticing them to fancy hotels and Airbnbs. The 35-year-old would then stupefy his victims by spiking their drinks with date rape drug GBH. He would then rape them without putting protection on despite knowing he was HIV positive. Gibbs has been jailed for life with a minimum of 18 years after being convicted of 15 offenses against 4 women and 2 girls. Sentencing, Judge Christine Henson Casey said, "During the trial, I was able to observe the deep-rooted impact your despicable crimes have had on your victims, as well as the perverse pleasure you took in your victims, recounting what they could remember about that you did to them. You continue to demonstrate a total lack of remorse. You are highly predatory, controlling, and manipulative." Lewes Crown Court heard the predator would carry out the sustained and prolonged attacks over many hours. He would take all his victims to hotels and apartments across Brighton, then struck when they were isolated and vulnerable. Some victims would wake up to find they were naked or partially dressed, while others were recorded by Gibbs as he threw money over them. In harrowing victim impact statements, the women told how their lives had been ruined forever by the fiend. One said she is no longer the person she was, adding, "I don't want to be her either. She is an idiot that let a man fool her, a jester in a knight's armor. I can't love the way I loved before because I cannot trust the way I did." Another added, "I feel violated by Shane Gibbs, and I think that even the thought of him doing what he did to us is horrible. We were all so vulnerable, and I look much younger than my age. This has opened my eyes to a lot. At first I didn't realize I had been raped, but then the feeling that I couldn't move, I blamed myself at first, and my mental health declined. The mania I felt showed how poorly I was, and I have since been diagnosed as having PTSD. I feel like a different person to who I was before Shane raped me." The court was told all the women needed to be tested for HIV after Gibbs was arrested. He shamelessly continued to protest his innocence, but was found guilty of 15 counts, including rape, sexual abuse, false imprisonment, actual bodily harm, and strangulation. Emma Lyle of the Crown Prosecution Service said, "Gibbs was a sexual predator who went around the Brighton coastline, preying on vulnerable young women in pursuit of his own hideous purposes. We would like to extend a special thanks to the victims who came forward to report these crimes and gave evidence to the court about their horrific experiences. These convictions send a very clear message that the CPS, working alongside law enforcement, will relentlessly pursue justice and prosecute those who abuse or sexually exploit women. I encourage any victims of violence against women and girls in whatever form to report the crimes committed against them. It is never too late to seek justice. You are not alone, and there is help available."